Dear students, let us continue on our discussion on feedback in amplifiers. In that we have already discussed about voltage gain, how voltage gain reduces with the negative feedback, and today we'll solve some problems on voltage gain of feedback amplifiers. Then we'll continue with the next topics, that is input and output impedance. Okay. So as we know, the gain with feedback AF is equal to gain without feedback divided by 1 plus A beta. The gain with feedback reduces by the factor 1 plus A beta. Okay. So in the problem given, an amplifier having voltage gain of 500 without feedback has an overall negative feedback applied which reduces the gain to 100. Calculate the feedback fraction. So an amplifier having the voltage gain of 500 without feedback it is. So they have given A is equal to 500 has an overall negative feedback applied which reduces the gain. That means overall gain, or when negative feedback is applied, the gain reduced to 100. Calculate the feedback fraction, that is beta. Okay. AF is 100 and A is 500. 1 plus 100 beta. Sorry, 500 beta. 500 is a gain without feedback. So 100 1 plus 500 beta, the above thing can be written as is equal to 500 divided by 100. It is equal to 5. So 500 beta is equal to 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4. So beta is equal to 4 by 500. If you calculate this, you will get 0.008 is the feedback fraction. Point, you can put 1 0. For another 0, you can put one more 0 and one more 0. 2 zeros gets cancels. 5 8s are then. Okay. Four by 500 is 0.008 is the feedback fraction. You have similar kind of problem. You can try on your own, but I will do it. Whoever doesn't get, they can look into the problem. The open loop gain and closed loop gain of an amplifier are 200 and 100. Open loop gain in the sense A is equal to 200 and closed loop gain. So remember, in negative feedback amplifier gain always reduces. Therefore, the smaller one will be the with feedback gain. Find the feedback fraction. The same thing, feedback fraction you have to find out. Put the formula AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. AF is 100 and A is 200. 1 plus 200 into beta. So 1 plus 200 into beta is equal to 2. Okay. 200 beta is equal to 1. Beta is equal to 1 by 200 and it is 1 by 200. Calculate with the calci 0.005 is the feedback fraction. Okay. This can also be written as 0.8 or 0.8%. How much? And it can be written as 0.5% into 100. in percentage, you can express in percentage. So look at the next problem. In that, when the voltage feedback is applied to an amplifier of gain 100, when a basic amplifier is having a gain 100, that is A is equal to 100, the overall gain reduces to 50. That means when feedback is applied, the gain reduces to 50. Calculate the fraction of the output voltage feedback. That means we have to find out beta. If this fraction is maintained, once we found out beta, if that fraction is maintained, calculate the value of the amplifier gain required if the overall gain is to be 75. That means we have to calculate the basic gain of the basic amplifier when feedback fraction is what we'll calculate that much, and overall gain will be, if we want the overall gain, that means the gain of the amplifier after applying the feedback should be 75. That means what should be the gain of the basic amplifier, that we have to calculate. Okay, first put the formula AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. AF is 50, A is 100, 1 plus 100 beta. So 1 plus 100 beta is equal to 1 by 2, it is 100 beta is equal to 1, beta is equal to 0.001. 0.01 it is. 10, okay, 0.01, that is 1%. If this gain is feedback fraction is maintained, what will be the gain of the basic amplifier if the gain with feedback is 75? So in this we have beta and gain with feedback. In the second step, AF should be 75, beta we have calculated, that is 0.01, we have to calculate A. So AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. We don't know the value of A here. AF is 75 is equal to A by 1 plus A into 0.01. So 75 1 plus 0.01 A is equal to A. 75 plus 0.75 A is equal to A. 75 is equal to A minus 0.75 A. It is 1A minus 0.75 A, that is 0.25 A will be. So A is equal to 75 divided by 0.25. It will be 75 3s are, but 10 to the power of minus 2 will be there. So 300. The gain without feedback will be, that means basic amplifier gain should be 300. Then with the feedback fraction of 0.01, we can achieve the gain with feedback is 75. Okay. See, these problems are very important. This will be compulsorily asked for 3 marks. 3 marks problem in part C. In part C, there is a problem on this chapter, feedback in amplifiers. So these problems also important as well as the theory. Whatever now we are going to derive the expressions. Okay. Okay, look at the next problem. Let it be assignment for you. See, the input and output voltages of an amplifier are 5 millivolt and 2 volt respectively. If the gain with negative feedback is 200, find the feedback fraction. So here they have given, for basic amplifier, they have given V0 is equal to 2 volt, Vin is equal to 5 millivolt. That is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 volt. So we have to calculate A here, that is V0 by Vi. This is the hint. Once you get the A, AF is given, that is 200. So, and beta I have to find out from this. I guess you can do this. They have given the hint how to find out A. A you know, AF you know, I have to find out the B. Okay. Next, effect of negative feedback. On input and output impedances. This you already know, because input impedance and output impedances, what will be the effect once when we apply negative feedback, we can modify input and output impedances as we desire. And you people also know that in voltage series, voltage shunt current series and current shunt feedback, how input impedance and output impedance affects. That means whether it decreases or increases, that you have already completed. So in voltage series feedback, let's consider the voltage series feedback amplifier block diagram. Let this be the basic amplifier having gain A. It is voltage series. Feedback network. Having gain beta. Voltage series it is. Input side it is series. And output side we have a RL. And it is a parallel connection, because we are taking the sample of voltage here, that is V0, this RL, here we have a voltage V0 across RL, and it is the voltage Vs, and here the voltage Vi, and the feedback voltage is Vf, that is equal to beta V0, or beta is equal to Vf by V0. So this is the block diagram for voltage series negative feedback amplifier. See, as we have taken the voltage output in a parallel connection, so when you connect parallel connection, there output impedance reduces. If the connection is in series, then the impedance increases. In input side it is in series, so input impedance increases. Output side it is a parallel connection, a shunt connection, so output impedance decreases. In voltage series negative feedback, what we get? Increase in input impedance. We get increase in input impedance. Here the current II is flowing. Input impedance means, here I will take input impedance, that is Zi. Here if you take here, it is Zif. That means input impedance at these two terminals, that will be Zi, whereas input impedance here, that will be ZIF. That means Zi is the input impedance without feedback, ZIF is the input impedance with feedback. The current, because it's a series connection, the same current I is flowing through the both the impedances. So let VI be the input voltage of basic amplifier and Vs be the input of feedback amplifier or closed loop amplifier, whatever you want you can write, but circuit explanation is must here. Zi is the input impedance of basic amplifier. One more thing, Vf be the feedback voltage and V0 be the output voltage. Let Zi be the input impedance of basic amplifier. So Zi can be expressed as Zi is equal to Vi by Ii. Call this as equation number 1. ZIF with the input impedance of feedback amplifier. So ZIF, once you apply the feedback, what will be the input voltage? That is Vs. Vs with the input of feedback amplifier. So ZIF Vs divided by Ii, current will be same. So feedback fraction or feedback voltage or feedback factor beta can be represented as Vf by V0, or you can also represent Vf is equal to beta V0. Call this as equation number 3. Write down up to this. Take a screenshot or pause it and write it. Now we know that input voltage Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. So Vs minus beta V0, right? So Vs minus beta into AVI, since A is the gain, that is V0 by Vi, gain of the basic amplifier it is. So Vs can be written as beta 1 plus beta A into Vi. So in this expression, either you can substitute this in equation number 2. If you substitute this in equation 2, then also you will get the answer, or you can do in another way. Divide LHS and RHS by II. Vs by II is equal to Vi by Ii into 1 plus A beta you can write. You know that from equation 2 Vs by Ii is Zif. From equation 1 Vi by Ii is Zi into 1 plus A beta. So we know that 1 plus A beta is greater than 1. Therefore, input impedance of the feedback amplifier increases by the factor 1 plus A beta. Input impedance, write down this. Of feedback amplifier increases by the factor 1 plus A beta. See, that is the desired one actually. For an amplifier, the input impedance should be high and the output impedance should be low. So because if the input impedance is high, so that there is no loading effect with the preceding stages of an amplifier. In amplifiers will be, in multi-stage amplifier there will be number of stages will be there in the amplification. So if the input impedance of the amplifier is high in the sense, so that no loading effect will occur with the preceding stages. If the output impedance of voltage series negative feedback is decreases, we have told. So output impedance decreases. Output impedance should be low to drive the load successfully, so that it can deliver with a much less loss. Okay. So maximum power should be delivered in the sense source impedance should match with the load impedance. If output impedance is very high, then there must be impedance matching error will be there, so it cannot drive load like loudspeaker or motors which are having low input impedance. So output impedance of the good amplifier should be low. That can be achieved using voltage series negative feedback. Okay, take a problem on input impedance of the amplifiers. An amplifier having Zi is equal to 1 kilo ohm has a voltage gain of 1000. If a negative feedback of 0.01 fraction is applied to it, what should be the input impedance of the feedback amplifier? So, solution, we have a formula. Zif is equal to Zi into 1 plus A beta. Zi is given, that is 1 kilo ohm, and A is equal to 1000, and feedback fraction is 0.01. We have to find out Zif. We have a formula here, 1 into 10 to the power of 3. 1 plus A is 1000 into 0.01. 1 into 10 to the power of 3. 1 plus 10, it is 11. 11 kilo ohm is the input impedance once you apply the feedback. Before feedback it was 1 kilo ohm. Once you apply the feedback, it will be 11 kilo ohm. So input impedance increases with the negative feedback in voltage series negative feedback. Okay, we'll stop here. If I find any problems on these in question papers, I will post you in the group. Try to solve those. The next class will discuss about output impedance. Okay. Any doubts? Text me. Thank you.